Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on January the 8th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So before we dive into the news, let's take a quick peek at what's going on outside of the reports here that are coming up. Today, or last night actually I should say, we had, so we thought 2020 was bad. 2021 is starting off on an interesting note. We saw Joe Biden, or President Joe Biden, getting certified yesterday, and there was a lot of problems with that. We saw something we haven't seen in the US in quite some time. We saw a mob basically take over Capitol Hill, and there was a whole bunch of problems as a result of that. So that was an interesting note. So now the Senate seats have been won by the Democrats, which was a bit of a surprise for everyone. But that now what that does is paves the way for Democrats to be able to pass the laws that they have been wanting to pass, so implement their policies, and that is a good thing. And another thing, so there's good and bad with the Democrats in terms of being in power. When I say good and bad, I mean in regards to the markets. So they will have higher taxes on the bigger corporations and more of the rich. And another thing, but a positive thing that the market likes about the Democrats winning would be that there will be more stimulus that will be passed. So they're likely to pass more stimulus. They're also likely to spend more money on the infrastructure side of things. So even though they won't give big corporations tax cuts, they will be spending more money, and that means more money in the pocket of the people, which is a good thing for the market. So as a result of that, we did see that initial dip, but like we discussed this previously, market has gone back up again. There was a bit of a concern in regards to the mob taking over Capitol Hill, but we have seen that the chief of police has resigned as a result of the police not being able to control that. And there have been calls for President Trump being impeached once again because of him calling people to basically go to Capitol Hill and do this. So I don't personally think there will be much that will come out of it. It's too late in the game now. There's only a couple of weeks left here with this change in power. So I don't think much will happen. However, that is what we have currently. So in terms of, let's take a look at what's coming up now. But all in all, any one party winning both the houses is a positive thing, because that means whatever the policies are for that party will be able to get passed. And the worst thing would have been a split government where they would basically keep blocking each other. And this is the problem we saw in part of Obama's administration. He couldn't really pass much because it kept getting blocked in the Senate. So with this one here, with one party having full control of or at least having control of the government, even though there will be instances where they will need extra votes, or they will have to get the Senate to really vote in their favor. But overall, at least there's a majority, and that's a good thing for the Wall Street. And hence, we have seen the stock market going up as a result of that. So going into tomorrow, right now, overall, the risk sentiment is positive. Everybody is basically looking past the increasing number of deaths from coronavirus. The market is focusing on the vaccine implementation, a rollout, as well as post COVID recovery, and we have seen everything go up as a result of that. So coming up on Friday, we do have some important news here in the US session. We have non-farm payroll. This is always a market mover, so we'll keep a track of that. And then we also have employment numbers out of Canada. So So those will be the important events. Other than that, nothing that is critical for the day. It's just the non-farm payroll numbers that tend to be market movers that we'll have to keep an eye on. All right, so let's move on to our charts. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So US dollar has been bullish or been positive, and part of it is because of the events that we saw that happened with the Capitol Hill getting stormed. That is not a good thing, and when something like that happens, it does create the flows into US dollar. As well as the US dollar now, sorry, Democrats winning the seat now does strengthen the US dollar, because now there is a single government that will be spending money, and Democrats are very much in favor of spending money, stimulus bills and infrastructure spending, that type of stuff. So that's a positive sign. US dollar right now doing well. So in this case, I would be looking for euro dollar to drop a bit. Back into the support level here at 1.2210 level. And this is where we'll have to be careful, because it may fail to go through this. Right now, overall, it has been holding a positive trend here. And it's been kind of stuck in this range over the last several days, but we can see it's still trending upwards. So in this case, I will look for a bit of a pullback right into this 1.2210 or 1.2200 level, and then we may see a further move to the upside here. So bias is bearish for the short term for euro dollar towards a 1.2200 level. Next one here, pound dollar here, this as well, we see price has been trading in this range. It's been stuck here into the support level and hasn't been able to break through. So we do need to be mindful. But right now, slight bearish bias here. Again, looking for a bit of a drop, not really looking for everything to turn around, but this is more of a pullback. So looking for price to drop towards 1.3485 level here. And or we may see a deeper pullback towards 1.3430 level, and then a further move to the upside, so something like this or something like this. So that's what I'm looking for. So bias here is bearish in the short term, and then it's likely to turn. But what we need to be cautious about here would be the support level. If it doesn't go through, it can just take off from here. So that's something to watch out for. Every time it's come here so far, it has failed to break down. So just be cautious of that. So right now, a bearish, slight bearish bias for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar here, this one as well. Now it is struggling with the support level. It did try to go through, has failed to hold below. So watch out for that. Right now, I am looking for a move back towards 0.7650 level here. So bearish bias, again, not looking for a turnaround, but just looking for a move towards a support. And then we're likely to see a further bounce to the upside. Overall, the trend is still to the upside here. So just looking for a bit of a pullback here. So bearish bias for Aussie dollar as well. New Zealand dollar here, same thing. It is struggling with the support level, hasn't really managed to hold below this. So we need to see a hold, but looking for price to come back towards 0.7165, and then a further move to the upside from there. So bias here is bearish in the short term, but watch out at 0.7165, because we could, if it doesn't break through, we're looking for a further move to the upside. Again, really, we're still in that overall bullish trend there. Dollar CAD here, this one, it's holding below this resistance level at 1.2700 at the moment, but twice it's tried that. And now third time, if it manages to go through, then we're looking for a further move to the upside. So this one is looking more neutral at the moment. Part of the reason this one is a bit more neutral is because Canadian dollar has been strong because of OPEC. So Saudi Arabia agreed to cutting production levels in oil. And as a result of that, oil went up, and oil being a major export for Canada, we see Canadian dollar has been doing well, and this is why dollar CAD hasn't managed to push up. So with this one though, if US dollar stays strong, we're likely to see this one go higher. So again, I will look for a move back into 1.2800 level, and then this is where we may see that move back down. Overall, this is still in that downtrend here. So we're likely to see a pullback and then a further move. We're likely to see a pullback towards the 1.2800 level. And then from there, a resumption of that trend to the downside. All right, so let's take a look at our commodities here, starting with silver here. Silver looking like this wants to pull back. I will look for a retest of 26.70, and if it goes through that, we could see a deeper pullback towards 26.10. So a neutral bias here, but what can happen is we could see one of these, so watch out for that. So bias here is neutral to slightly bearish, but again, I will watch out this 26.70 level because it could bounce off of that. Overall, this has been trending higher, so this may just be a pullback for another leg higher. So neutral bias here for silver. Gold here, today we did see the gold drop here, but during the day it didn't really do much. So we may see a move back up here. So watch out for that. I would say neutral bias here as well. We may see a pullback towards 1898 and then another move higher. So neutral bias for gold. Oil here is still looking bullish. As we can see, price is moving. Price has been going higher ever since the OPEC decision or Saudi Arabia agreeing to production cut. It's still looking bullish. It's been going up for a while. So next target here is 52.00, so bullish bias for oil. Copper here looking quite bullish. And at this point, as we can see here, price has gone through the resistance here and very solid close. So 3.72, I would say, will be the next target here. Bias is bullish. Bitcoin here having a tremendous move higher ever since it broke through here. It's just been a one-way move to the upside. So it does have that bullish bias here, but watch out for a pullback. We could get a pullback towards 36,550, but looking for overall, the move is still bullish. So I would look for a pullback and then we get another leg higher. So neutral bias right now for Bitcoin. S&P 500 breaking through, and main reason here is with the Democrats getting control of the Senate, we are back into the bullish territory because of the extra spending that everybody's expecting from the Democrats. So bullish bias here, I will look at 3,900, 3,850, and then 3,900 as the next target higher. So bullish bias for S&P 500. NASDAQ here also looking bullish. It's testing the highs, but quite bullish. 13,000 is the first target, and 13,200 will be the next target. So bias is bullish. And then Dow Jones here also looking bullish. This one is lacking a little bit of momentum, but overall bullish bias here. 31,500 will be the next target. So bias is bullish here as well. But I would be a little bit cautious here. It seems to be losing a little momentum here. DAX here went right through the resistance, and this is what we had discussed. If the Wall Street goes up, all these line up. And bias here is bullish at the moment. So this has gone up with Wall Street as well. Next target here is 14,200. So bullish bias for DAX as well. Oops. FTSE here, big move up in FTSE. Now we may get, we are into resistance level here. So I will look for a pullback back into this 67.80 level and then a further move higher. So bias is bullish here for FTSE. I would say neutral actually. I'm looking for a bit of a pullback and then a further move higher. So neutral bias here for FTSE. Nikkei going through the highs here, looking bullish, still looking bullish. And next target would be 28,000 for Nikkei. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again on the weekend with the weekly analysis. Bye for now.